if you are an employee and you wanna have a side hustle or a side business, that would help out na magkaroon kayo ng mga tax benefits. So that's another thing, business, and then ito nga, investments. Discussion natin today is more of why are we investing in a multifamily buildings instead of just one or two, better acquire more. And one of the benefits of doing that is tax shelter. And Christine is from Liberty Tax Service. She's an accountant by background, and she's been, well, matagal na siyang into this field, working at WRHA. Tama ba, Christine?
Shared health.
Oh, shared health. Okay, shared health.
Yeah. I'm doing the CPA program right now.
Right. So, when it comes to yung actual dealings with taxes, because they just acquired Liberty Tax office in Valor, dun sa corner ng Valor and Sargent, that franchise they were able to acquire for more than a year now. Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
They are naka-front talaga sila when it comes to tax matters. And ang concept, well, bulk of their business is more on yung individual tax returns, but they also have yung businesses. They also caters partnership and corporation. Tama ba, Christine? Small and medium businesses. Tama ba? Parang hindi ko narinig si Christine.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right. So, siguro mamaya ako magdi-discuss further doon sa ating acquisition. But when it comes to taxes, for sure, I can talk all day about income tax and the tax shelter and those kind of stuff. Being an accountant back home, halos similar din ang setup kasi dito sa Canada. It's just that may mga ibang applications na somehow may kakaiba. But again, majority or generally, it has a similarity. So, okay, Christine, dahil wala kang video, you have to take it away with your beautiful voice. And you have a background, actually. We can hear the background that you have to hear. Siguro, it would be better if you will find other spot where you cannot hear.
We're at the office right now, so
I know. Maraming kliyente nagsisimula na kasi ang Liberty Tax for to serve simula na.
Yeah, we're starting to accept and prepare returns.
Mm-hmm.
Although hindi pa tayo makapag-e-file because they're not open until the 24th, but we are starting to prepare them so they're ready for submission by the 24th.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. So yeah. We'll hear from Christine some of the information about dun sa.
Oh, I'm more on if they have questions rather than being like I can't talk anything specific unless there's question, right? So
yeah,
I'm not sure exactly ano yung mga gustong malaman ng bawat isa. So it would be better if I hear questions or if there are questions na try nating sagutin.
That sounds good. Anyone in the group who would want to ask questions when it comes to tax? Mukhang quiet silang lahat. They just want to listen to you.
Maybe kung may background, ano bang expectation natin? Ano ba yung nature nitong the meeting? Matatouch natin mga ano.
Sa investments, when it comes to real estate, diba? There are many or different kinds of investment portfolios. And one of it is investments into a multifamily. Merong nag-i-invest ng single families, may nag-i-invest ng mga duplexes, but those are all real estate. there are some investments that let's say buildings or offices, but overall we're talking about the real estate investments. Ang maganda siguro dito is kung sakasakali, let's say if I will be an investor, what would be my benefit if I will do it if kung corporation ba ako or an individual. An individual, is there a benefit of doing it as a corporation or better do it pag nagsisimula pa lang as an individual?
As individual, depende din sa purpose or sa dami ng transaction. If this is just a one-time deal, then there's no point of doing incorporation, right? There's a benefit pag nag-incorporate kayo. Number one is lower tax rate, syempre. Kung they intend to continue acquiring properties going forward, then there's a benefit of incorporating. Kung it's a one-time deal, then partnership, pwede din. So, there's group of people. At the end of the year, magkakaroon lang ng T5013 para sa distribution. But again, kung ano yung purpose, ano yung long-term goal or plans, kung ano ang ano ang intentions nila, then doon nagva-vary yung pag-incorporate, sole proprietor or partnership. Again, incorporating mas maraming cost, mas complicated, but mas mababang tax rate, and again, pwedeng separate entity compared to partnership and sole proprietorship. So kailangan nating ma-establish kung ano ba yung purpose, ano yung long-term view or plan ng individual.
So you're saying na kung merong plan to
invest more
consistently, like magkaroon ng, let's say, maraming transactions moving forward, it would be better to
beneficial incorporating,
to incorporate. Kahit gumastos ka ng
350 lang naman ang mag-incorporate if you're doing it on your own, but if you maybe kung kukuha kayo ng service ng lawyer, then that's a little bit more pricey. But again, either way, may extra cost when you incorporate, but mara-write off nyo naman yung expense na yun sa financial statements nyo.
That's a clear one. So if you are just starting out, there's no need to rush, parang mag-rush ka na mag-incorporate ka, especially kung first time lang or you're just starting out your journey, pwedeng individual.
Yeah, but if you intend to, syempre, lahat naman nag-start sa isa, diba? If you intend na to buy more, regardless kung next year, next 2 years, next 3 years, but if you intend to acquire more properties, then you can start now.
Okay. Pagka ba let's say you started as individual and then gusto mong mag-incorporate later on, would that first investment mo, would that be possible that you turn it over to your corporate?
Acquire ng corporation mo. I-assign mo, i-acquire niya. So,
if there's any question along this conversation, you can always participate, okay? You can cut us and just raise your virtual hands. Parang, kasi nasa class tayo dito, okay? This is an interactive session about yung knowing about ano yung mga tax implications. Kasi alam nyo, when it comes to investment, and at least kahit naman sa businesses, hindi lang investments. Sa business, one of a good, I would say, isang magandang shelter natin pag nasa negosyo tayo, yung magkaroon tayo ng mga tax incentives or tax benefits. Kasi pagka nga employee, always remember, and the majority of us are employees here, di ba? Tayong mga empleyado, regardless of how much we make, it's unfortunate that before we get our pay, magbabayad muna tayo kay CRA. That's a fact. Walang nakakalusot sa atin doon. One of the ways lang for you to have an advantage of getting some of that taxes that you that was withheld is kung magse-set up ka ng mga, let's say, RRSP, because that will give you at least a deferred tax. Pero syempre, you will be taxed then later pagdating sa kukuhanin mo na siya. Although, there are lots of ways to lessen the tax implication, pero that is one of the ways. And then secondly is, if you are an employee and you wanna have a side hustle or a side business, then at least yun, kakaroon ka ng, tama ba ako, Christine? Just in case, if they would want a business, that would help out na magkaroon kayo ng mga tax benefits. So that's another thing, business, and then ito ngang investment. So
Another benefit din ng corporation is, for example, yung income mo is pumapasok sa investment. Pwedeng i-keep lang ng corporation mo yung income mo. You don't need to take it out compared sa partnership and sole proprietorship. Lahat ng income na na-earn ng business sa sole proprietorship and partnership, you have to claim it on your personal return. For corporation, as long as you keep the income within the corporation, you don't need to claim the income sa corporation. I-leave mo lang siya sa corporation. That's one benefit of that. But again, kung meron kang business income na pinasok sa personal return mo, you can claim expenses against the income na na-earn mo from the business.
that's correct. Yeah. I hope clear ang ano nyo doon sa lahat ng listeners natin ngayon. Tayong lahat na estudyante dito. I hope you can catch up natin yung idea na yun.
Question po, yung ano lang po, yung income po ba na receive sa dun sa investment is magpo-fall siya na parang dividends or ano po yung pagka binayaran yung tao, ano yung payment, ano yung category niya.
Ang unang tanong is, saan manggagaling yung investment na yan? Is that a corporation or a partnership? Ang pwede lang mag-issue ng dividend is corporation. So, if it's a partnership, then it's other business income. So, magpo-fall siya sa other income. So, that's going to be, ang ano niyan is, meron tayong statement of business income, that's the T2125, na nandun sa personal return ninyo. Ngayon, kung ang corporation, so, dividend, ang corporation lang ang pwedeng mag-issue ng dividend.
Eh po yung, halimbawa yung profit, di ba po may investment tayo dun sa multifamily. So yung pag binayaran ka ni multifamily, ano yung bayad niya sa'yo? Ano yung tawag doon?
Ano ba si multifamily? Is it naka-incorporate ba or
Partnership.
Okay, so that's business income. Other income yan. So, ang ibibigay ni multifamily is T5013. Yun yung distribution ng profit at the end of the year. Kung ano yung na-earn yung i-distribute ng partnership na income ng multifamily among its partners. So, mag-i-issue si multifamily ng T5013. Hindi siya dividend. So, income siya. So, i-report mo siya as other income sa yung personal return.
Okay, other income. Kasi yung taxation kasi ngayon ng real estate sa corporation, medyo na siya heavily na siya sa capital gains. Kaya parang minsan pagka magsiset up ka ng corporation, yung real estate hindi na advisable na ilagay mo sa corporate kasi di ba may additional na yung parang mas mahal na yung
capital gains.
Opo, yung capital gains ata. Tama po ba yun? Or ano po ba yung parang recent update doon? Kasi yung experience ko sa corporation, siya pagka at least 100,000 ka na income kasi nasa 15% parang bracket. Tapos kung magre-register kayo corporation, I would prefer na federal than provincial kasi parang it gives, yun yung mistake namin nung set up kami ng corporation. We did it provincially. So, nalilimit kami, halimbawa yung corporation kailangan kumuha ng license sa ibang province, nalilimit kami sa kailangan namin mag-register ulit ng separate corporation para lang makakuha kami ng license sa province na yon. So, kung mag-decide kayo na mag-corporate, parang dalawa yata yun, Miss Christine, pwedeng federal, pwedeng provincial, yung registration nila, tama ba?
Magre-register ka both. Hindi naman papayag ang provincial na wala
Hindi, I mean yung federal kasi, pag once na federal ka registered, kumbaga kahit saang province ka magdo ng business, provincial kasi parang may limitation siya. So,
syempre, within kung sa Manitoba ka lang. Kasi may restrictions. Merong iba-iba kasi ang governing ng bawat province, right? So, kung ang intention is to acquire properties outside Manitoba or sa iba-ibang province, then mas beneficial kung federal ang i-apply mo. But bawat province has their own requirements. So depende. I haven't had experience na sa ibang province, so I can't say directly kung ano yung advantages and disadvantages of doing getting sa province lang or federal lang, kasi bawat province may sarili silang although covered sila ng federal, meron pa rin silang mga sarili nilang requirements when it comes to acquiring properties within the province. But kung may experience ka na, maybe better kasi wala pa akong experience sa ganyan.
Ay, opo. Yun lang yung napansin ko kasi nung last time, yung sabi ko ay mali, sabi ng husband ko mali pala yung registration natin is federal para moving forward kahit saan ka mag-conduct ng business, hindi ka na kailangan mag-ano ng corporate mo. Sabi niya yung parang hindi ka ulit magre-register. So, siguro yun yung isang add-on lang doon sa
meron akong question, pwede, bago si Brian, to Zenith too. Sa anong business yung in-incorporate nyo? I'm just curious. Is it about...
ano po siya, parang insurance agency po. Parang, kaya, nung akala ko kasi basta corporation ka, kasi incorporated kami sa Manitoba eh. So, ang akala ko, basta may corporation ka na, you can do, pwede na kaming kasi may license naman sa Alberta. Kaso nung, yung MJA kasi, hindi siya makapag-operate na doon kasi hinihingi pa si Alberta ng separate registration ni company. So, kaya parang, so ibig sabihin pala, kung nag-federal tayo, hindi natin ma-experience yung problema na yun.
Okay.
Manghihingi pa rin si Alberta na try nyo ba? Kasi although federal nga siya, si Alberta, meron silang kanya-kanyang revenue, bawat province, di ba? Meron silang part ng revenue. So, ang revenue nila is galing din sa kung merong mga nagpuput up ng business or everything sa nila. Just like sa Manitoba. So, kung federal ang ka nag-apply at nag-ooperate ka sa Alberta, may hihingin pa rin si Alberta.
Okay.
Na-experience niyo ba yon?
Parang,
chip in lang po kasi ako nag-register ng corporation eh. Bale, hindi po kasi provincial po yung corporation namin. So, each province na kumukuha kami ng license sa practice namin, we have to incorporate din locally.
Right?
Sa bawat province. Pero kung itatanong nyo kung na-experience namin as federally licensed, hindi po kasi hindi kami federally licensed.
Okay.
So Manitoba
akala
license
ko,
kami. So every time that we expand to another provinces po, nagre-register kami na another corporation. So ganun po ang setup namin. Kaya naisip niya, it would have been beneficial kung nag-federal kami. Tanong ko lang po, sorry to cut out kasi I have to leave. What we're doing here is real estate syndication po.
It's that we're understanding how everything will gonna work in acquisition ng multifamily with a group. So, tama yung word mo, Ramon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a syndication.
Yeah, so yung partnership and yung mga structure na minention kanina, is it as a whole or per property po?
It's per property. It's
Per property. Kasi, sa ngayon po may konting po kami, rental properties.
Nice.
May single family, may duplex po.
Good.
Yeah, yung income po kasi from rental is dinideclare sa statement of rental activities. So similar sa T2125 ba yun, sa Statement of Business Activities. Pag walang extra services na ino-offer, rental activities yon. With the passive income changes po kasi medyo na-hit yung mga corporate dahil dati po yung mga corporate business owners heavily invested when they invest in passive income investments or activities po, bale dinadaan nila sa corporation dahil nga low income bracket yung corporation eh. However, with the changes na pinasa between 2017 hanggang last year June, bale ang nangyari po, when you invest in passive income investments, it gets taxed in the highest tax bracket ng corporation. So, real estate is one of that. Kaya parang not unless po siguro kung merong other services yung business, yung corporate entity, then magiging active income siya. So, kaya parang medyo alanganin tayo but yung registration naman ata per person, no, per investor, right?
That's correct. Yeah. That's why it's structured differently in order to, to take advantage of those. Kaya maingat tayo pagdating sa structuring ng deals, and we have to really work on, kasi at the end of the day, what we're doing is getting, parang nagkakaroon tayo ng income. That's the intention, cash flow, and we don't want that heavy burden pagdating sa tax, diba? As much as possible, we want everybody to be fair and square pagdating sa, we're working on this particular acquisition, and we don't want the taxman to be in our income all the time. So there's a lot of ways, and that's why, according, sabi nga nung pinag-usapan nga namin ni Christine, this particular session, although it's a very interesting topic, it doesn't apply the same to everybody. It differs. So that's why we really have to know ano ba tayo, ano bang gagawin natin, ito. So, and I'm so happy that I have a coach that is working with me on this. Kasi ang hirap pagdating sa, alam mo yun, hindi mo kabisado yung ginagawa mo. And since day one, based on the acquisition that we made, ini-structure na accordingly, na kasama namin ng accountant, kasama namin ng lawyer, and so everything is set up accordingly. Para yung protection natin bilang investors will not getting screwed by the taxman. It's unfortunate, right? Dahil laging naandyan yung kamay ng government sa atin. Parang wala tayong kawala. Gayon na sa employment na ando na sila, and then up to the investment side ba and businesses, andyan pa rin sila na parang lahat na lang, it's all going to them. We're gonna make it sure that the government will be in line with us when it comes to this investment. And I don't know if many of you was part of that discussion before na how can we have, Brian, I know you have questions, sorry about this, but tutuloy ko lang to 2 minutes. just it's very interesting kasi nga I remember our discussions before na yung bang sa employment andyan si taxman, and now we wanna do business, and then here they are again. So in our discussions before, we wanna make that taxman the government to help us build our business portfolio, help us out. So yung lahat ng tax benefits na pwede nating makuha natin as a business owner and as an investors. And at the same time, the bank who's always imposing us this interest, lalo na ngayon, we don't know where the interest is going. Although sabi nila bababa, pero it's not yet. We're gonna make it sure that we can use OPMs accordingly to our advantage. So, yun yung ating goal moving forward. Kaya, hopefully, we can find ways together. Alam ko marami sa inyong may negosyo na and marami sa inyong nasa investments. Anything that we can discover together, let's help each other out. Kasi, ano ba naman, why are we here? We are not here just to, be an employee for life. Although nandun yung ating goal na we wanna make it better. We wanna live in Canada na merong magandang future. So we wanna really excel, do our very best in the employment world. Pero hindi tayo magsisettle doon. We have to explore business because it's only through business and investments that we can get rid of these big taxes, huge tax thing. But tama si Tama si Ramon at saka si Zenith kanina na it was June of 2024 that the capital gains tax get raised to 66.67%. Previously, it was just 50%. So anytime bebenta ka ng property, it's an investment property. So that's capital gains, right? Before it's only 50%, now it is 66.67%. Tapos na ako, Brian, it's your turn. Take it away.
Hello po. How are you po? Ang question ko is about naman dun sa distribution. Kanina mabalik lang ako dun sa distribution. How about naman kasi dun sa other exit na plan natin which is yung we're gonna get the equity.
Right.
Dun sa equity na yon, it's non-taxable for the partnership. But once it's distributed to the partners, is it now taxable, I believe?
No,
That's my one of my
non-taxable.
questions.
Those are non-taxable
It's
events.
different from
It's not
so
an
also
income.
distribution to partners as well, right?
It's not an
Ang taxable lang is yung income na nakuha ng partnership from the rent.
Yes, the cash flow is taxable. Yeah,
And then where do we report that on our part po as a partner?
it's a return of capital.
Return of capital
Yeah,
siya.
yung refinancing natin is a return of capital.
Ano pa, quick lang. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I have some of the list. I just want to get a confirmation from Christine before I let her go. I know, nanghiram lang ako ng oras ni Christine dahil I know they're very busy at the Liberty. Nasisimula na sila ngayon. So, Christine, one of the benefits that I knew is present sa multifamily is the depreciation, right?
CCA.
The CCA. We call it CCA here. Maririnig nyo sa US pag nakikinig kayo ng mga discussions about real estate in the United States, you're gonna hear this word depreciation. Okay, sa amin sa commercial world, being part of, I'm just starting my commercial real estate, ang tawag sa amin nito is depreciation too. So anyways, kasi nga naka-base sa US ang commercial course dito sa Canada. So that's one of the advantage, tama Christine, ng investment in multifamily.
Yes. So, may mga classes. So, I sa buildings, CCA is capital cost allowance. So, yung amount na pwede nyong ibawas sa expenses ninyo or sa revenue ninyo, magiging expense siya, reduction siya sa income para bumaba ang inyong taxable income. Sa mga properties, so may iba't ibang classes ang CCA. For building, class 1, 4% ang pwedeng meron tayong half-year rule. So on the first year, only 50% ng cost ng building mababawasan ng 4% ng CCA. Every
Regardless
year,
of the
4% ng 4%.
Regardless of the
Yes.
acquisition date.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ano yan? May half-year rule.
Mhm.
So, 50%. So, pwedeng i-claim against the revenue.
And then that will be the depreciation or CCA will gonna be
Yan ang depreciation, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. And this meron silang sinasabing recapture of the CCA kapag you're gonna be selling your
Pag i-dispose ang property. So, yeah. So, may calculation yon depending on how long na yung depreciation nyo. So, mayroong recapture doon.
Perfect. And then of course, dahil this is an investment too, merong mga deductible expenses.
Mhm. Yeah.
Including the financing cost, which
Mga appliances na inside the unit kung ito ay multifamily, the appliances na nasa loob ng units are CCA applicable to. So you can claim CCA against those appliances sa mga units. Expenses, utilities, maintenance, of course. So,
Is also
yeah, mortgage interest, yes.
taxes, and then property taxes, right?
Of course.
Insurance. Yeah, that's right. And then so the capital gains treatment, that's the one that we discussed. And of course, if there is an operation loss,
Yeah, operation capital losses pwedeng i-backdate 3 years, carry forward indefinite.
okay. So if you encounter a loss and then nadagdagan lately ng dalawa.
Separate.
Yeah. So, kasi one of the reasons why you want to be incorporated is for you to have your personal being separated with your company. Yun. Kasi may sariling entity corporation. Di ba, Brian? Out of the game. Business mo, although ikaw yung nagmamanage noon, but you are not, nasabi, is hindi ka kasama out of that. So, yung operations niya is independent to you. Independent yon, magka-separate kayo. Kaya, be home. And then when I started doing business here in Canada, okay, ang real estate ko, isang kumpanya. When I had yung asawa ko, he has his own company on this. I put up a property. Kasi I want it to work on, yung bang may kanya-kanya silang section. And when it comes to accounting, mas simplified. Kasi if you wanna deal with the operations ng Reno, okay, yun lang ang titingnan namin. Or pagka naman sa real estate lang, diba? Hindi siya halo-halo or hindi yan na sa akin lang nakalagay lahat or na kay husband lang lahat. So, I wanna make it sure that it's a simple, one company handles this and that. Just to give an insight, especially doon sa mga ngayon lang nakasama dito. What we did with our investment portfolio is to separate operations noon per building kasi ang gagawin namin. Kasi after a loss, then if you declared income in the past, you can
Go back
3 years to set it from your income and then carried it forward without
Indefinite.
indefinite.
Yeah. So, kung for example, let's say last year, nag-file kayo ng return at loss kayo last year and then may income kayo this year, so i-apply yung loss nyo last year sa income nyo this year. Kung last year naman is income kayo at nagbayad kayo ng tax dun sa income nyo, loss kayo this year, you have the option of going back, i-refund sa inyo yung binayad nyo, or going forward na i-apply sa next payables ninyo.
Sounds good. Any other questions for Christine? I think, as I told you, tax benefits on investments in real estate has, a lot, napakadami, and it is not something that we can all discuss tonight. And then it doesn't apply to everyone na, ito applicable sa'yo, then applicable din sa akin. No, it doesn't work that way. Tama ba, Christine? Each individual has its own different, parang, tawag nito, cases, parang case study that it can apply to you. It may not apply to anybody or other people. So something like that. Depende. Laging merong scenario. And every one of us is unique. The good thing here is just that knowing that in this type of investment, we have I would say a good tax shelter kind of opportunity. Hindi tayo yung tipong we're just investing into something and we don't know what will gonna happen in the end. Diba? As we always say, this will be our next topic for next session by Tuesday. Pag bumili tayo ng real estate, we have to know that we are buying this and then also knowing how to exit it. Okay? Hindi lang basta bili. Kailangan alam mo how to exit. And what are those exits? We're gonna discuss that next session. I think may question si Brian. Go ahead.
This is a case for myself po. For example, for me, ang plan ko is to invest more on real estate. Now I have may single din ako, and then now nasa partnership din ako. If mag-incorporation ako, yun yung parang ilalagay kong name to the partnership. I'll incorporate myself. Ano yung benefits for me kung pag ganun po? Ano? Kasi medyo iniisip ko pa rin kung hindi ako mag-incorporate, same name ko lang, ganun po. Ano pong wala po ata siya.
Wala si Christy.
Wala na po.
Hindi wala ako ni Christy.
Mabot po yung tanong ko.
I wanna hear her say something on the tax side. Kasi for me, sa incorporation, ako kasi parang it's ever since na nag-engage ako sa business dito. So I have, actually right now, I have 4 incorporations. So 4 companies that Maiya acquired. So every asset has its own corporation. And it is being structured accordingly na it will be a partnership for us to take advantage of this tax benefits. Kasi if you will, as you said earlier, if you do it in the normal yun, parang ang corporation is now on the work and heavily taxes. Parang ganon. Parang although meron siyang tax shelter, pero andun pa rin yung tawag nito, wala tayong kawal ways. There is always that we can take advantage of whatever the government is giving us or providing us as tax shelters or tax shields. Christine, wala ka kanina. May question si Brian. Tinatanong niya if Brian, go ahead. Ano mo kay Christine? Kasi,
Sorry.
That's okay.
No worries. Isa ko pong tanong is, meron akong single home na owned na parenta ko, and then sumali din ako doon sa partnership, so I'm one of the partners. Ang tanong ko is, if I'm gonna incorporate yung gagamitin kong pangalan dun sa partnership, I should have done it as an incorporation din. Ano yung benefits sa akin kasi ang goal ko is to acquire more properties. We acquire more properties. Then how can we use yung money na yun yung second question is, how can we use yung money na we-receive namin from the distribution and return of capital to invest for more properties? Will it be taxable for us? Ano yung benefits? Mga ganun.
Corporation is separate entity. I think in-explain ni Mel na kapag nag-incorporate ka, ang tax filing mo as individual and as corporation is separate. So you're doing 2 tax return.
Yes.
Corporation is mababa ang tax rate kasi meron silang mga small business deduction, meron pa silang ibang mga tax credits. So at the end, nag-net siya more or less, mas mababa ang tax rate niya as opposed sa personal. Sa personal kasi nag-start ka na sa 15%.
Yes.
So, yung kinita mo sa partnership or kung ginamit mo na yung kinita mo sa, let's say dyan sa multifamily, kung nakuha nyo na yung income nyo dyan at ipinasok mo siya sa corporation, yung pera is nasa corporation lang and yung corporation can acquire again ng bagong properties. So, yung mga properties na ina-acquire ng corporation mo are these rental properties too?
I'm sorry po.
Yung ina-acquire ng corporation mo, yung mga properties na ilalagay mo sa corporation, lahat to rental properties, right?
Yes, that's the plan po, is to acquire more multifamily para mag-join to more partnership. I think I'm gonna put my single home as well.
Parang i-rent mo siya sa corporation mo?
Or yung bibigay ko na po doon para mas maunti yung tax for me.
Yeah. Yeah, tsaka kung ilalagay mo yung bahay mo, yung bahay mo under your corporation, so parang ikaw ay ikaw para kang pwede kang magre-rent sa corporation mo, yung bahay mo nire-rent mo sa corporation mo, so yung bayad mo sa bahay mo sa corporation mo is a tax break sa personal return mo.
Pwede rin yan. Okay, isa rin yung option.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways, diba? Nakakatawa.
We're just touching small surface. There's a lot more for sure. Thank you so much.
Christine, naubos ko na yung oras mo. Sabi ko kasi 25 minutes ngayon, almost 1 hour ka na dito sa amin. But I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I really have to go.
I know, and alam ko busy sila sa Liberty Tax. Sila yung may-ari ng Liberty Tax dito sa corner ng Valor at Ellis.
Yeah,
So,
if kung meron pa kayong mga additional question after tonight, pwede niyo namang hingin kay Mel yung number ko. You can call me.
Exactly. Kasi yung mga businesses, marami akong mga clients na may mga businesses and hindi naman sila yung, they're just starting out especially. Maganda yung may kausap kayong accountant na mag-guide sa inyo throughout. Kasi minsan hindi natin alam, marami pala tayong pwedeng maging tax shield na hindi natin inilalagay sa ating mga tax returns. So, it's good to ask. Hindi naman kayo kakagatin ni Christine.
Saka libre magtanong.
Libre magtanong. So, yeah. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
And we'll be in touch. Almost it's 7 o'clock already. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully marami kayong nakuhang information sa ating session. Alam ko marami kayong questions about taxes. Ako, I am exploring the tax ever since I started my business in Winnipeg. Ganun ako well aware na alam ko when my business grew in Winnipeg or in Canada, kailangan kong malaman ano yung mga tax shields or tax shelters na kailangan kong maintindihan. Until now, I am still looking for tax lawyers, tax accountant, kasi sabi nga ng aking coach, each one of them know a piece of something. Parang sabi niya, ang tax is just like this big, this huge. And then, ang tax preparer may alam ganito. Yung accountant may alam ganito. Ikaw na nasa business may alam kang ganito. Yung mga tax expert may alam na ganito. Specific, very specific. So if you want to know a little bit of this and this and this and this, you have to speak to many people. Huwag kang mag-settle na isa lang yung kausap mo at sinabi sa'yo, ito na. No, don't. You have to explore and understand ano yung effect nito sa akin at sa ginagawa ko at sa business ko. And then you hear it from them, from person A, go to person B. Baka meron siyang ibang idea about it. Kasi based on experience, I'm talking of my experience for more than 15 years in Winnipeg. I spoke to many accountants. They say different things. And all of them has sense. Okay? They have experience. Kaya nakakatuwa. It's something that we have to explore and sabi nga ni Uncle, pagdating sa tax kasi, this is our money. Always remember that. This money that we give to the government is our money. Diba? Tama ba ako doon? Pinaghirapan natin to, pinagtrabahuhan natin to, gumawa tayo ng negosyo, tapos biglang, kailangan mo magbayad nito. Bigay ka kaagad nang wala kang any questions. Right? That's our money. If we were gonna give something, dapat tayo din sana may ganon. If we give the government $10, we should have for ourselves $10 too. If we pay the government this much, we have to pay the same to us. Let's be vigilant when it comes to money. I just had this session with my coach na ang pera dapat inaalagaan natin. It needs our attention. Because if we will not pay attention to our money, it will gonna go somewhere else. So the money that we are giving to our taxman, atin yun eh. So if we give it to them, dapat alam natin tama yung kinuha nila. Right? Pero majority of the time, we never do that. Hindi tayo ganun ka-cautious or ka-concern na, kasi sabi binawas sa akin sa tax, o bayad, di bayaran, di ba? Parang ganun na lang tayo. There are ways that we can save it or we can get it back. It's ours. Napapangiti si sister kasi naging discussion namin ito before. It was like, kinaltas di ibigay. Sabi magbayad di magbayad. No, that's your money. Diba? Pinaghirapan natin to, sister. Huwag nating ibibigay basta. Right? So, yun.
Giveaway.
I know. Yun yung sinasabi. And when I was listening to my coach and tungkol dun sa ganong idea, I was like, napakabait natin pagdating sa ganito that we don't even complain. Why are they getting so much of ours? Diba? So, at least ngayon, meron tayong mapapagtanungan, meron tayong pwedeng maging paraan for us to take advantage of what we really work hard for, right? So, yun yung ating goal. And again, walang masamang magtanong. Andito tayong lahat, just like family, na pwede tayong magtanong. Si Ate Berna na andyan in the finance world. Ako nandito sa real estate. Si Christy sa tax and she's an accountant. Si Brian is an accountant too. So, marami sa atin na may businesses. If we can contribute information, that would be the best way to learn and explore opportunities, di ba? I remember one of the quotes that I heard from an East Indian business person. Sabi niya, alam mo ba, Mel, na if you know more about your tax benefits, that's where the most of my income came from. The money that you do not give to the government, that money is yours. Diba? Tama sila dun eh. So, kailangan lang nating malaman ano ba yon at paano natin yun makukuha. Because that's ours. Right? So, with that, unless meron kayong question, another overtime. Very interesting topic, di ba? Very interesting topic. So, we'll discuss next week. Pag bumili tayo ng investment property, ano yung dapat na malaman natin when it comes to exits? That's gonna be our next discussion by next Tuesday. So, with that, thank you so much sa inyong time. And if you have any other questions, just reach out. So feel free to reach out.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night. Bye-bye. The next.
Salamat po.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye-bye.